SacTown Underground, Celestial Thomas here alongside the beautiful
Jen Bryan, and you're watching SacTown Underground.
Hey, we're doing this together. This is like, I think we've encountered each other 3 times now, and we've slowly become best friends.
Absolutely. It is the experience of a lifetime.
And now I get to sit alongside her at the mix today, and this is located at 1525 or 1521 L Street.
1521 L Street.
1521 L Street. And if you guys have never been to this lounge before, it's a club slash lounge, and this usually happens Friday. Saturday is really poppin', but I know Thursdays get it off too. How do you like about it?
I love that there's always an eclectic group of people, and it's always like great music and a great place to dance and meet people.
And tonight, y'all, we're celebrating something very special. Mr. Trevor Fong, give it up, give it up. Mix and Mingle is what he's known for here in Sacramento. If you guys have never been, definitely go to his Facebook page, Trevor Fong, check it out for all the details. Have you been to one of his Mix and Mingles?
I went to the first one in December, and it was off the chain. There's supposed to be over 650 people tonight.
Dog, off the chain, 650 people, y'all missing out. But next time, don't worry, it's gonna happen next month in February. But let's take us back to the show, guys. SacTown Underground, it's a brand new year, and it's just so lovely. I'm so excited to be a part of this team growing and just getting bigger and better. And as you guys know, we are SacTown Underground, powered by Sacramento 365, bringing you guys the calendar of Sacramento events happening in the greater Sacramento area. I don't know about you, Jen, but I love barbecue.
Especially T-Bones BBQ. It is absolutely delicious.
T-Bones BBQ, that's located in Roseville, right?
Yeah, they're catering out of Roseville, and they deliver. It's kind of awesome.
Well, guys, we had the honor of being able to go and taste some of that barbecue, so let's see some of that footage.
Hey there. Today we have Tracy Mendonza with us of T-Bones BBQ. Thanks so much for being our guest today.
Of course.
So tell us a little about T-Bones BBQ, because you're a catering company and you don't have a storefront.
Right, so we are strictly catering. We do at-home delivery, public events, street markets, things like that.
How did you get into being the chef and barbecue master here?
It's a funny story. I've been competing up and down the state since about 2004, 2005, and we just started getting lots of requests, month over month, year over year, to do holiday parties, birthday parties, you name it, catering type events. And every time we had to do one of those, I'd have to run up to the county, wherever that particular event was in, and file a cook for hire statement and do all the paperwork. And it just got to the point where we were getting so much request for our food that I decided it was just time to open up a business and take advantage of the popularity. When I started the business, I made a goal, that we weren't going to be like every other barbecue catering company, and there's not a lot of barbecue caterers out there. Ours has more of an island beach flair, so when we come and do an event for you, whether it be a backyard party, a celebration of life, a graduation, whatever it is, we always do the decor for the food table. We take care of all the chafing dishes, we take care of all the lighting, table coverings, everything. So we're a one-stop shop. We've got everything from the plate rentals to the table rentals. So, we like to kind of think of ourselves, once you book us, you can cross the food and catering off your list. But we do kind of go, depending on the event, and again, you've been at a couple of ours, if they want the full-on luau island experience, I mean, we go back to Hawaii once or twice a year, and we've got people back there that I work with, and we get some pretty authentic things. We've got some big totem poles, we've got Hawaiian decor, we've got various island decor, and then what we've done in the past too, that a lot of people don't know, is we build custom type sculptures at our events. So we can build 8 foot, 9 foot. Our largest to date has been a 12-foot palm tree made out of pineapples.
You work for the city of Roseville as well?
Yeah, so I'm appointed at the city level. I'm on the planning commission, just transitioned out of design review committee. I've served on CPAC and several other transportation commission and other ones throughout the years. So I try to keep my finger in the civic end of things as well.
So what is your favorite part about owning TBones BBQ?
Oh boy, my favorite thing is getting to meet all kinds of interesting people. I mean, it's interesting because no matter what the event, be it a sad event like a celebration of life, or a happy event like a wedding or a graduation or anything in between, people always forget that, no matter what important thing in your life happens, food's a big part of it. No matter what it is, a good thing or a bad thing, there's always food there. Mm-hmm. And so to me, it's kind of like, if you have good food at a bad event, it's not just a bad event then, but if you have, if it's a good event and you have good food, then the event's even better, right? So I kind of, strive to provide the best service I can, no matter what the situation is. And I guess the biggest thing for me is it's just rewarding, to have people come up to you and say, wow, that was amazing, or you know what, this food is amazing, or we were at an event last month and I had your food there, or I was at so-and-so's house and I had your food there, and just getting that repeat business. We started the business officially in October of 2017, although I had been cooking and doing this on the side since 2004, and in less than 3 years. The amount of people that have gotten to know us, the repeat business and the new business that we're getting, it's just, it's been a phenomenal ride, and I look forward to the next couple of years.
So speaking of food, you were nice enough to bring us some food today. So
yes,
sample. Yes. So you brought some tritone for us, which we're very excited about to eat, trust me. Everyone's hungry.
It's smelling up the studio here.
That's kind of amazing. So where can people find you so they can learn more about you, book you?
So you can find us on Instagram at TBones Island BBQ, on Facebook. You can find us through Yelp. The nice thing about Yelp is we've got our photo gallery up there, as well as on our website, TBonesBBQ.com. You can also call us at 916-701-8227. One of our catering advisors will walk you through what your needs are. And the other thing too is that I should mention is, when you call us, we don't try to pigeonhole you into a specific menu. It's not like we're trying to get rid of stuff or we're trying to sell whatever we have that particular week. We ask a lot of questions, and a lot of people are really surprised about that. That we want to know about what your event is and what you're doing, and kind of what do you see this event being. And we try to plan in individual menus, and we try to have unique things like our slider bars and our donut wall and our taco bars and things like that. So, by doing those unique things, it makes that person's event unique, and then in turn, the people that were at that event remember it more, and it all kind of flows together. So, for us, it's not a matter of just booking your event. It's personal to us, and I like the fact that we are still at a level as a company that we can do that, with each order, that we haven't become so large that it becomes, mass production, that we can take that time.
So it is so awesome that you came in today. So if you guys are looking for personalized catering, TBones BBQ is where it's at. Make sure to check them out, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy some of their yummy food at your next event.
Hope so. Thank you for having me on.
And our very own Keith J got to introduce Zeus of the Harlem Globetrotters. Stay tuned and see what they had to say.
Welcome back. Since 1926 on the south side of Chicago, the next sports organization we're about to feature has been putting on basketball games across the country and worldwide. They performed in over 100 countries, and they've done over 10,000 organized basketball games. We're talking about, obviously, the Harlem Globetrotters. I'm joined right now by Zeus McClurkin, a member of the Harlem Globetrotters. How you doing?
Doing good. How you?
Doing good. You guys have done such great work over the years. Obviously, everyone knows the brand. Everyone knows the name. They say Harlem Globetrotters, and the first thing they talk about, obviously, is the entertainment and the excitement that you guys bring on the court. How do you guys go about, first of all, practicing? Obviously, with all the tricks and trades you guys do, you've got to be able to practice at least somewhat, right?
Yeah, we practice every game. If you think about it, every single one of those games, we'll get to the gym maybe 2 hours before the game actually starts, and then that's where we're going through a pretty rigorous practice. This year is our 2020 Pushing the Limits World Tour. So we're looking to do everything that we've done in the past, but take it to the next level this year. We're going to be shooting our 4-point shot from 35 feet away from the basket now instead of 30.
For you, obviously, let's talk about yourself just for a quick minute. Obviously, you've had a great basketball pedigree. You've obviously been playing what seems to be your whole life. How does someone get involved with the Harlem Globetrotters? How did you guys, or how did you, I should say, get that job?
Well, same as any professional sport, right? We got scouts that go out and check people out while they're playing in college or overseas. They actually found me while I was overseas because I played for a team in Paraguay, South America. What I actually heard about, though, was the Washington Generals, which is the team that famously loses to the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes, of course, all the time.
That was my introduction to the team. So I played for them for 1 year, and that was when I fell in love with the team, man. I saw that everywhere that the Globetrotters go, you know, people love them. They share those stories like you did with me when we first came here, talking about how their parents took them to a game or their grandparents, and, you know, just get an opportunity to put a smile on somebody's face before I even know them. Like, that's been an amazing part of this whole journey so far.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback on that. You talk about putting a smile on someone's face. It seems like every single time you guys do a show, the crowd, the kids, the family, they know it's going to be an awesome family-friendly, family-fun entertainment. For you guys, that has got to be the main goal, right? Just putting a smile on people's faces, and it must be such a thrill to do that on a constant basis.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest part, if you think about it, is you don't even have to be a sports fan to have a good time with us there at the game. You know, you just got to want to have a good time with your family and friends. You know, yes, a lot of what we do is basketball, but a lot of what we do is crowd participation. We'll come up into the stands, you know, there at the G1C. We'll bring you down, maybe spin the ball on your finger, shoot a shot from the stands, eat your concessions because we get hungry during the game.
Who doesn't?
You know, we're gonna have a lot of fun, though, and enjoy our time with you guys.
All right, well, that's great. Well, I tell you what, while you're here, I mean, listen, we're not going to have a member of the Harlem Globetrotters here in studio and not have him try to do some tricks for us. Man, you got a basketball.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell you anything else. Go ahead, try to do something for us, man.
Let me just show you what I can do
great.
while I'm sitting down. Keith taught me this one. I'm going to split it up. Bam, go there. 1, 2, 3. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
All right, hold your right index in the air.
There you go.
Just right there.
Okay.
And believe in yourself. It's pretty good. Oh!
Hey, listen, that is fantastic. But in all honesty, how do you guys? I mean, just the mind and the way you guys are able just to do these tricks. I mean, do you just think about it on the fly? Do you guys just wake up one day and say, "Hey, we might just bounce it off our head, you know, and just put it in the basket from 40 feet"? I mean,
so it comes from 93 going on 94 years of experience. The Globetrotters have been around. If you think about it, all of us come on just as basketball players. That's really all we know how to do when we first come on the team. But over time, the veterans will teach the rookies and the younger players how to do all these new tricks, and then over time you put your own spin on it. And I think it's just been kind of maturating over time. It's been a beautiful process.
Awesome, and you're having fun doing it, and everybody else is having fun doing it. Okay, so real quick, if there's anybody that wants to follow you guys on social media, Instagram, anything like that, go ahead and plug it.
All you got to do is go to harlemglobetrotters.com. You can grab tickets for our game. You can grab a Zeus jersey because that'll make you taller.
Yes.
And you can follow all of our social media pages. My personal one is MenJulian5 on Instagram and Julian McClurkin on Twitter and YouTube.
I want to thank my friend Zeus McClurkin. It's been a pleasure. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Catch it.
Thank you, everybody. And once again, we welcome you to the sports section of our Access Sacramento show. I'm Keith Jouganatos, and this is the sports section. The Bay Area football scene is going in two different ways, with two different teams managed, organized, and scrutinized two different ways. Let's start on the first side. Bang, bang, Niner gang. The San Francisco 49ers are back and are relevant once more in the National Football League. Their first 8-0 start since the 1990s and the Joe Montana days of the franchise. They've got a young, blossoming head coach in Kyle Shanahan, and they've got a rising star quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo, who loves to play football just as much as he loves dating on the outside. They are, without a doubt, one of the most hottest teams. After drafting Nick Bosa 2 years ago and putting him in there, the Niners' defense is one of the best in the entire NFL. And really, it comes down to one thing. The owner decided to get out of the way, which did not happen on the other side of the Bay Area. The Oakland Raiders are just the Raiders. They are out of Oakland, leaving the clouder dust and the speck of the kind of synonymous big pond, small fish mentality and going to Las Vegas. How are the Oakland Raiders going to Las Vegas? They are leaving with 2 middle fingers up and their foot on the gas pedal. The Raiders weren't as bad as everyone thought they'd be this year, but they were still bad. They beat teams that no one thought they could beat, such as perhaps the Chicago Bears, but they also lost to teams that maybe they should have beat, such as the New York Jets and, of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And speaking of that Jacksonville Jaguars game, what a way to go out, Oakland Raider Nation. What a way to really just give the Oakland fans what they've always wanted, a winning team, a good product. Psych, didn't do that. Final game at the Oakland Coliseum. You're thinking, oh, what a great time to be alive. The Oakland Raiders with a potential playoff spot on the line. The Oakland Raiders in front of their numerous, large fan base. The Oakland Raiders looking to give the Oakland Raider fans one more lasting image at the Coliseum. Nope. They blow a lead, and in the process, they lose their entire season and the playoffs down the drain. But that wasn't the big story in regards to the Oakland Raiders, a team whose slogan reads, "Commitment to excellence," has been anything but. Commitment to excellence, more like commitment to sucking. So, let's take you back. Mark Davis and the Oakland City Council don't have the best relationship. Mark Davis and the city of Oakland don't have the best relationship in general. So here's what you're looking for. Mark Davis, pregame before the Raiders take on the Jaguars, asked, will he miss anything about the Oakland Coliseum? Will he miss anything about the city of Oakland in general? You're thinking, what a great time for a nice softball PR answer. Thank the city of Oakland for years of supporting the team. Thank the Raider fans for being the most passionate and most loyal fan base in the entire National Football League. Nope. Instead, you get this, Oakland, California. Well done, Mark. Way to really show the Raider fans how much they mean to you, how much they've meant to your family, how much they've meant in general to all the football fans. It could have been so easy to say, thank you, Raider fans. Thank you for supporting this team for so long. Nope. Instead, what do, Mark? You give them 2 middle fingers and you put your foot right on that gas pedal and you head out of town without a sound. That is the mark of somebody who is ungrateful. That is the mark of somebody who is one of the worthless pieces of garbage in the entire National Football League. And that is the mark of somebody who shows you why this team has been so inept, who shows you why this team has been so bad for so many years. Put this into perspective. The Raiders came back to Oakland in 1995. They've been back in Oakland, California for 24 years playing football. Out of those 24 years, they have made the playoffs 4 times. Out of those 24 years, they have won the division less than 5 times. That is not commitment to excellence. That is a commitment to absolute garbage. But it's warranted. It's due. And when the Raiders go to Las Vegas, they will not be good. When the Raiders go to Las Vegas, they will not put any more butts in the seats than they could have in Oakland. They are losing one of the most diehard, passionate fan bases in the NFL. You can thank Mark Davis for why this team has been so bad, and you can thank Mark Davis for why this team is leaving on such a sour note. The Raider fans deserve better. It's like being handed a nice, beautiful steak with mashed potatoes and somebody just throwing it right in the garbage and saying, here, have a bite. Well done, Mark Davis. You are, without a doubt, the biggest piece of garbage in the National Football League, and it's going to stay that way until further notice. That's going to do it for the sports section. I'm Keith Jouganatos. Back to you in the studio.
With Valentine's coming up, guys, I know how hard it gets to try to find somebody, at least somebody to cuddle. Jen can give you all the tips in her Valentine's segment. Keith, take it away.
Thank you. My next guest is trying to help you with your New Year's resolutions of 2020. One of those resolutions might be, how do I get better in the dating game? You're in luck. My next guest is Jen Bryant. She is the owner and the founder of the Queen of Dating, giving you dating lessons and dating advice on how you can meet that perfect someone. Jen, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having me.
I gotta be honest, how does someone come about this idea, the art of dating, the Queen of Dating? How does somebody do that?
Lots of experience and research, so I did a lot of field work over the years.
Okay, now your business, the Queen of Dating, tell us what it entails, how can someone go about it, reaching you guys, so on.
Absolutely. So as a dating coach, I work one-on-one to customize a dating plan to help someone get out of their comfort zone and attract different people. So I have to be able to get to know my clients, and then I take them out to meet the people they want versus who they're attracting.
Was there something that happened in your life or an occurrence in the dating game maybe that led you down this road to where you said, hey, I have this problem and have experienced that problem, I might want to help somebody out with this?
Absolutely. So I dated from 17 to 23, so I went through college and grad school, and I didn't know how to date in my 20s. So I did a lot of research and I read a lot of books and then chronicled my life under a pseudonym as a teacher. And so being able to use my experiences, I was able to kind of lay the foundation to a fun job.
Okay, right on. Now I want to ask you, what, if I'm one of your students per se, or maybe I'm just somebody who's looking to get some advice, what is the one mistake that somebody out there makes when they're dating that might hinder their chances at meeting that perfect somebody?
Well, dating is a numbers game, so a lot of times people get very discouraged and give up. Like when one date doesn't work out, they're like, I don't want to date anymore. But being able to put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone, and be able to meet new people.
Okay, now let's say I've gotten past the stage where I met somebody, they're interested in me, I'm interested in them, so on and so on. Okay, so I need the perfect spot for a perfect date. What does that detail? What do you kind of encourage your clients to go about with that perfect date the first time?
I always say to do happy hour because it's cheap. You can be in and out in an hour. You have an end point. You can have plans afterwards. And who doesn't like to get cocktails and appetizers after work? I
agree. Now, what is your opinion on online dating, Tinder, Bumble, things of that nature? Do they help? Do they hinder? Do they not work? What did you think of those?
Well, 95% of profiles actually have a lie in it. So it's kind of one of those things where people don't have to get off their phones and don't have to socialize. So there's a lot of that miscommunication. And a lot of times if you meet someone online, you get emotionally invested in that person and you don't see the red flags. And then you meet the person and then you're more likely to stick around. When someone, if you met them in person, you'd be able to see the red flags a lot quicker.
Okay, now I noticed you talked about keeping your options open and the numbers, things of that nature. A lot of people think that if they're seeing multiple people at a time, it helps their chances. More numbers, better percentage that you're going to meet somebody. So when you're talking to your clients, do you encourage them to talk to 3 or 4 or 5 people maybe at a time, or maybe just limit their resources to 1? What is the perfect number?
I think that's more what the client is looking for. Are they trying to get married, settle down, have kids? Do they have a timeline? Are they recently divorced? So it's kind of being able to customize it for the client. So dating is a numbers game. So the more you date, the more you figure out what you do and you don't want.
Okay, now as a grown man, we have to talk about this part of the interview. What is the worst pickup line that you would tell your clients who are possibly men to avoid?
That's a tough one. I would say anything that doesn't sound authentic. So anything that's going to make you sound like less than a person and make someone feel objectified.
Okay, now Jen, final question. Let everybody know where they can find your social media and things of that nature so that they can get hooked up with you so that they can get their new year of 2020 off on the right track as far as dating.
thequeenofdating.com.
Okay, and no social media?
No, I'm on all social media.
Okay, I was like,
no, social media. The Queen of Dating on everything, yes. So I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those good things.
Okay, well, there you go. If you're looking for dating help to improve your dating life or just to find somebody for the time being, you can find Miss Jen Bryant, the Queen of Dating. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Back to you.
And to close out our show today, we have Mary Adin forming Masked Man. And if you want to see more, you can tune into the SacTown Insider for the full video.
An angel with your smile, the devil in your eyes. You're a genius at deceiving, the master of disguise. A heart so cold and black, turning love into lies. I got caught up in receiving, the master of disguise. Who is that masked man promising the world? Who is that masked man? simply a master of disguise. Not your first trip with women you demise. You're such a piece of shit. You master of disguise. Who is that masked man promising the world? Who is that masked man playing with all the other girls? Who the hell are you to play around with my mind? You are that masked man. Wait, hold on. Wait. God, you just make me wanna. You make me wanna. You make me wanna